Have you ever heard of a famous painter who was not only famous for his paintings, but the fact that he cut off his own ear? Well, I have. His name's Vincent Van Gogh, and I'm here today to tell you about his life story. Today I will explain his adulthood, his child and adolescent life, and some of his famous paintings and the way that they were made. Here are some portraits of himself. Vincent Van Gogh was born on March 30th, 1853, to Anna Cornelius Carbentus and to Reverend Theodorus Van Gogh. That was not his real father, though. It was just the person who was going to be in his life, so his mother decided to take his last name. Here's an image of his family. Vincent Van Gogh had 3 brothers and 3 sisters. One of his brothers, though, was his oldest brother, born exactly a year before Vincent Van Gogh, bearing the same name, although he was born stillborn. He grew up with a headstone engraved with his name and his birth date. It's kind of morbid. And then this is about his family. This is his brother Theo. Adolescent life. At 15, Vincent's family was struggling financially, so he took a job at an art dealership. By the age of 15, he had mastered 4 languages, including French, German, Italian, and English. In 1873, he transferred to a nude gallery, falling in love with the landowner's daughter. There's another portrait. Let's continue. Falling in love with her daughter. She rejected his love. This sent him into a depression to where he quit his job. That was his first love, the landlady's daughter, but it never told us her name. Continue. Because of this, he decided he wanted to go into missionary work. Although that's not exactly what the Lord had planned for him. Every test that he had taken for an entrance exam, he had failed because he assumed that Latin was a dead language, which was actually in that time very important, so they would not accept him into their school. Because of this, he was sent into even more of his mental disorder areas. Starting to become unstable, he decided he would become a painter. This is a picture of him in the mental hospital with his brother Theo. Adult life. After being rejected, he decided to become an artist and he moved to Brussels. Although he had no formal training, he decided this is what he wanted to do with his life. His brother Theo, who at the time was a wealthy banker, decided he would also pay for his schooling, only because it would keep him out of trouble. During this time, Vincent Van Gogh fell in love with Clarissa Maria Horneck, who was an alcoholic prostitute. That's Theo. Continued. He fell so in love with her, and she also did, until she decided to go back drinking, and therefore left him. Because of this, even more depression packed on, and he lost his mind. He actually cut his ear off to give to another random prostitute, by which saying, "Please keep this. It's special." The police found him the next day in his house, holding his ear, almost dead from bleeding. He did live, though. Here's a portrait of him with his ear cut off that he painted. And now that you know about his adolescent and adult life, I'm here to tell you about some of his artwork. His very first painting was called The Potato Eaters. It was painted in 1885. Oh, what happened? 1885. It is a picture representing his family around a table when they didn't have much money eating potatoes. It was in the Impressionist form, which Van Gogh had fell in love with and found that that was his forte. Going back. And now that you know about his first painting, it's time to learn about his most famous. One of arguably his most famous paintings is called Starry Night. This is actually the view in his mind from his asylum bedroom, because he was checked into a mental hospital. It was also oil canvas. There you go. What is it doing? And now that you've learned about his child, adolescent, and adult life, now you know about Vincent Van Gogh, the man who not only cut off his ear, but painted amazing works of art.